Ain't no survivors. Duck got hit with a switch. Cash got caught with a doing jail, kill some. And Buddy ain't hot as and Cairo wanna be gangsta. I know he ain't gangsta. He just do that shit for the guys. He looked his pop in the eyes and McDonald's got his jaw broken and left out of fries. 63rd shit, they only on the ground cause Vaughn ain't alive. And the GED's so damn broke, I'm sick and tired of the lies. Mama Duck on OnlyFans shaking around for a couple of fives.
It do hit different. Do I gotta go? Harriet Tubman died for this shit. Hold on, Harriet Tubman on my shirt. Do I gotta go there?
The muscles, and it do hit different. Do your homework on butter ass been the witness. Nah, I ain't gotta diss you already told what they did to your sister.
Do your homework on Ant Glizzy in that year, J-Man. I feel like the old block-ins put belts and ass to the whole 63rd. A booty tang belt is crazy to the whole 63rd Ant Glizzy. Let's start up. Yes, Ant Glizzy said a lot of foul ass that I want. The old J-Man wanna whoop him for, bro. But this 2024, bro, I'm knocking on 30.
Show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, recently FYB J-Mane has linked up with DC's own Ant Glizzy, and it was a little shocking being that Ant Glizzy has made his distaste for J-Mane and 63rd as well as FBG Duck quite clear. Not to mention, Ant Glizzy have dissed FBG Duck on numerous occasions and even mentioned him in his song, Duck in Buckets. Well, almost the whole Chicago in that song, actually. Now, when I first seen them together, it was a head scratcher because yes, I know J-Mane pushing peace, but at some point, when is too much, too much? And I asked that question because where I'm from, apology or not, there's certain things that you just can't come back from. And I do understand that nobody was hurt, nobody's money was really affected, so most people would say, well, it really ain't beef anyway, and I get it. However, there's just certain lines that you don't cross. Now, I'm not saying that it has to be an all-out war, but what I am saying is that don't mean we have to be friends neither. We can be cordial, but there's just certain things that you just don't do. So when I seen them together, it was a little skeptical to me, and according to FYB J-Mane, FBG Young didn't agree with J-Mane linking with Ant Glizzy after he disrespected Duck neither. Now here's what I want to do. I'm going to speak on a few reasons why J-Mane and Ant Glizzy linking up, have everybody talking, and then I want to hear what y'all got to say about it. As I browse social media on YouTube and Instagram, everyone has mixed opinions on it. Some feel it was all done just for clout. Some feel that's a good idea and representation for the city, and others don't agree with it because they think Ant Glizzy may have went too far with the dissing. So I want to know what y'all think, right? At the end, make sure y'all stay tuned, hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you aren't already subscribed. Now let's get into it. Now, after receiving backlash interviewing Ant Glizzy, J-Mane will post on IG, and in the caption, he will say, quote, "I don't agree with Ant Glizzy dissing my whole city, but at the end of the day, I diss my old city first, including people I never met. I was making $5K a month from diss music. Yes, that ish is goofy, but I had to feed my family and take care of myself growing up in poverty. Money is scarce, but the fact that Ant Glizzy is currently making $40,000 from dissing Chicago, it make me think. But point is, Ant Glizzy never did nothing to nobody from 63rd. He not even from Chicago. If I could sit with Tay Savage, aka Chicago's John Wick, after he shot at me and Ant should be able to sit in the same room and try to settle differences, especially when it's a bag involved. At the end of the day, all he did was troll like everybody else trying to chase a bag at the real barbershop. Now before I continue, let me say this. I get what he's saying, but let's not act like people literally didn't lose their life off the same trolling that he's saying Ant Glizzy have done. Now I understand he's trying to change the narrative, but you can't make it seem like this stuff haven't been going on forever, and you can't make it seem like people don't have the right to be mad when you're dissing their loved ones that are not here anymore. Now this brings us back to the post that Ant Glizzy made last year when he would say, quote, Duck got hit with a switch, Cash got caught with a B word, Lil J in jail sucking D. Butter hot is ish, hashtag barbershop. Now, once again, let's go back to what J-Mane was saying. J-Mane is saying that it's okay, he don't really care because he didn't do nothing to nobody on 63rd, and he's just trolling like quote unquote everybody does. But let me tell you something. This is like equivalent to calling somebody a snitch, right? When you call somebody a snitch, especially without the proper paperwork or anything, you gotta be ready to either fight or lose your life behind those words, depending on who you direct that snitch word to, right? So it's not that you did something to somebody, but those words have certain effects that can either damage someone's character or make people feel a certain type of way. It's the words, it's the things you say, it's how you make people feel. Words are powerful. So no, he didn't do anything, but the allegations and the mocking and the trolling can go a little too far. And just because you're making money off it doesn't make it okay. That's like me putting up fake stories and fake titles all for clickbait just to say, oh, I'm just making money. It should be okay. Y'all should be fine with it. I'm making money. Right? So a lot of people have their opinions on FYB J-Mane linking up with Ant Glizzy for many reasons. However, I'm gonna have to agree with FBG Young on this one when it comes to him not approving of FYB J-Mane doing an interview with Ant Glizzy. FYB J-Mane states that Ant Glizzy pretty much told him he only dissed Duck in 63rd because he was chasing a bag. In other words, he's chasing clout and doing it for social media, but that's my thing. At what point do dudes say, yeah, you chasing a bag, but in the process of you chasing the bag, the world don't know this, right? The world don't know that you chasing the bag. So while you chasing the bag, throwing me and my peoples and my city under the bus, I'm looking crazy. You know, you making me look crazy while you get to chase the bag and look like the bully. And judging from how J-Mane broke it down, it seems like he's okay with it. So I guess it is what it is. And I get it. These days, everyone uses the push and peace excuse or I'm chasing money excuse. However, that just says a lot about your character. Because now the question becomes, what else are you willing to do or be okay with for the sake of just having money? And honestly, to me, it's not even about pushing peace because Ant Glizzy and FYB J-Mane never really had any beef to start with. It was literally just some social media hoopla that Ant himself started actually, and then it only really went left when he just started dissing Duck and Mama Duck, you know? A line was crossed where you diss my deceased brother, not caring, or who I consider my brother, not caring about how that would make me feel. So I'm not saying dudes gotta go out their way to harm each other. However, we don't have to be all buddy-buddy neither because you violated, right? Now, here's the easiest way to put this. If the shoe was on the other foot, do you think Duck would be all buddy-buddy with someone if he called you his brother and you passed away and somebody was dissing you and he decided to do an interview with them? I just can't see Duck doing that. And when you're okay with things like that, it leaves room for more disrespect if need be in the future. It's just like a bully. When they see they get away with it once, they don't have no problem doing it again because nothing's going to happen. Now, how about this? One thing I can say about Ant Glizzy is that he don't play when it comes to his mother, as he shouldn't. When people mention his mother, as funny as he is and unbothered he seems, Ant turned into a whole different person. So now think like this. What if there's people that hold FBG Duck to the same regard that Ant Glizzy holds his mother to? Right? You get it now? I can tell you right now, if you speak any ill will towards Ant Glizzy's mother, I bet you ain't no way he's sitting there laughing and kikiing with you in the interview, right? Or his deceased best friend by the name of GQ. He speaks highly of GQ as well, and he don't play about him. So tell J-Mane to go over there and say FGQ or his mother and see if it's the same energy reciprocated. I bet you it won't be. And that's the thing, right? J-Mane pushes peace and claims that he's sacrificing himself to pretty much bring people together to hopefully put an end to the senseless violence, and I get it. However, there's no ending anything if everybody isn't on the same page in the first place. Mane can't speak for a whole gang or a whole city. He can't speak for a whole block. And this is why you see him always coming across a fork in the road on his peace journey, because everyone isn't on the same page. So what can you really push? Yes, I think the effort is dope, but it has to go further than that. It actually has to be effective. Effort plus effectiveness equals success. When you look back in history and you had guys like Minister Farrakhan or Malcolm X, they weren't a one-man army. Whatever they was pushing, whether good or bad, they have a team behind them pushing the same exact thing, and they're all on the same page. Now that's how it's done. But moving on. Mane says Ant Glizzy going to say whatever he want to say, so pretty much he can't control that. And he's absolutely right. You can't control what the next man says, especially on social media. However, you don't have to be all buddy-buddy with them neither, because it start making you look crazy. And once again, maybe Mane don't care how he looks, but that's equivalent to someone saying, yo, Hookah, you soft, you ain't about nothing, you ain't no threat, I'll smack him if I really wanted to, he ain't gonna do nothing when I come to his city or whatever, right? Then when people see us together, it really make me look exactly whatever he said, because he just said all that, and I'm here willing to meet up and laughing with this guy in his face the whole 9 yards. And it's not like it was one and done. Ant done made it his business to diss 63rd and FBG duck at a point in time. Now, once again, we don't got no beef, but I definitely don't have to be a friend neither. That's how it should be, because part of being cool with you and being your friend clearly means that I have to look like the sucker. And I'm not in the business of looking like a sucker. But to each his own, man. And Ant Glizzy is a very smart man. I like him because he knows how to move. And he's very sarcastic, but he be on point if you pay attention. Now, after they did the interview or before or something like that, Ant Glizzy will post a video of him and FYB Mane in the background. And I feel he purposely did that for a reason. To pretty much show the world, look, I'm here, Mane right here. Yeah, I said what I said, but he's right here. And I stand on what I said. So from what I got from it, it was one of those, yeah, I said what I said, and the person I said about it is right here. So I don't think y'all remember the point of Ant Glizzy's Chicago rant in the first place. He's been saying for the longest, people think dude's supposed to be scared of Chicago guys because they from Chicago. However, DC is on it just like that. So Ant been trying to let it be known that no matter where you from, it can go down. And I'm not gonna lie, if y'all know anything about DC, you know it definitely goes down in DC. But anyway, shout out to Mane for trying to push peace and do what he's doing. I sure do hope these guys are really trying to push peace and not just using this as a marketing scheme like I told y'all before. And I say that because after the interview drop of Ant and Mane, Ant and FBG Butter ended up getting into it on live and making all types of threats and etc.
Why you keep my name in your mouth like a baby bottle? Leave me alone. You gotta tell me something, blood. If you don't know me, man, look, you gotta tell me. I'm looking.
So like I said, everyone has to be on the same page, or making peace isn't going to further anything. It'll just be a FYB Mane thing. Young might have a point too, and Blazing Dog just asked Mane during the interview about linking up with every op. And he basically said out of his own mouth that he's not going to link up with everyone because some of them he just don't care to be cool with, or like, you know, they not on it. So if he's saying that out of his own mouth, he got to understand that everybody's not going to agree with linking up with everybody, just like he said. And like I stated before, there's certain lines that have been crossed that is no coming back from in other people's mind. If FBG Young don't approve, you can't blame him. You can't tell someone how to react to disrespect just because you decide not to react a certain way. You can't say something and take it back. What if someone would have lost their life in the time period where they were reacting to what you were saying and just crashed out because you was dissing? Or for you to say, okay, I'll take it back. All right. It don't work like that. Then if y'all remember when Ant was dissing Chicago, it got to a point where it was as far as him and DJ U going live, calling each other all type of B words, saying things like, I'll come there and kill you, and even showing firearms on live. You know, so it actually went there. So once again, I'm not saying Mane is wrong for wanting to push peace, because that's his prerogative. However, you just can't expect everybody to react to disrespect the same way you do. Some may be able to look past it, some can't. Simple. So after all that said, man, y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. What's your perspective on all this? How do you feel about Ant Dissin 63rd and just Chicago as a whole, including J Mane and Duck, and then J Mane doing an interview with him? You agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.